Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Well, we got our new camera hooked up, but we are still having technical difficulties. We've been working for 3 days trying to get this all set up. It is much harder than you think, but we're going to give it a shot and see how we do. Hopefully it goes off without a hitch. Let's change the camera and get started. Okay, so today I am going to be doing a one-sheet wonder. We are going to be using the Gone Fishing Bundle. This is from the annual catalog. It has the stamp set and coordinating dies. And in the collection is this gorgeous designer series paper. It is called Let's Go Fishing 12 by 12. Now we all know that Father's Day is on Sunday. So I'm going to take this print here and I'm going to make 3 different fun fold cards using this one 12 by 12 sheet. You are going to love these cards. They can be made for Father's Day, which I'm going to do today. But if you have birthdays coming up, and you have a fisherman in your life or someone that would enjoy these fun fold cards, you can create them. Now this paper, the Let's Go Fishing, is 15% off this month. So you have until the end of June and you can purchase it for 15% off. So now is an awesome time to get all those favorite paper packs that you like, because you know I do a one sheet wonder every Thursday night. So you will have lots of ideas for your designer series paper. This month, if you place a minimum $40 order with me and use the host code, you'll find it under the video under Show More. I am sending everyone a mono adhesive glue holder. Now, you don't get the glue, so make sure you add that to your order. But with a minimum $40 before shipping and tax, I'm going to send you this TheStampCamp mono adhesive glue holder. It is sweet because your glue is always at the tip when you're ready to use it. So that's this month only. You have till June 30th to place your order and I will send you that mono adhesive glue holder. So let's start out with our designer series paper. Now you want a print that will go in any direction, which is why I picked this print here. We're actually going to use both sides, so the other side works well in any direction as well. We're going to take our print and we're going to cut it in strips that are 4 by 12. And I said we are going to make 3 cards and they're all a fun fold using these strips. So you're going to get 3 cards out of each one of these strips. Now I've always put it in to make sure that I got a true 4" by 12. There's always a little sliver that you're going to want to cut off. All right, so let's start with the first card. We're going to start with a piece of the pecan pie, which is 5.5 or 8.5 by 11. We're going to put it in our trimmer score here, and we're going to score it at 5.5. Then we're going to turn it and we're going to place it back in our trimmer here at 2 1/8. So 2 1/8, and we're going to score it. You're going to bring it over to 6 5/8. 6 5/8. Or turn your paper around and do it at 2 1/8 again. And score it. And then I'm going to leave it in there and I'm going to bring in my cutter blade and I'm going to cut down to 5.5. And I'm going to put it back at 2 1/8 and do the same thing. I'm going to cut down to 5.5. And then we're going to turn it and line it up at 5.5. And we're going to cut to that score line on both ends. And pull those pieces out. So this is a flip up, flip out card. So we're going to fold in on those score lines. And we're going to fold in on this side score line. So there's our flip out, and we're going to fold this down for our flip up part. Give that a good crease, just like that. It lines up pretty well. If it didn't, just trim off a little excess, but that worked out pretty well. We're going to take our first paper strip that's 4 by 12. We're going to cut that at 4 by 5 1/4. All right, and that's going to go on the front. We're going to cut another one 4 by 5 1/4. Now we're going to turn this and we're going to cut this at 1 7/8. All right, 1 7/8. Now we're going to end up with a couple little slivers with this one sheet wonder. But you could use those on another card project. I like to use the banners across, layer that on a banner, gives it a little detail. And then this piece here will go on the inside. So I have an option for that. Let's get this all assembled first. So this is going to go on our card front. So let's get that attached, like so. Then for the inside flip out part, I'm going to put the other side down. You could, if you like that side better, you could put that. It really doesn't matter. I just wanted a little bit different, but I like both prints. Work nice. All right, and so we're going to, oh shoot, now I did that on the wrong side. Darn it. That's not going to work. So I got to take that adhesive off there. That's where these adhesive erasers come in really handy. And you can get this adhesive eraser on my blog. It's under the shop, other products. You get it on Amazon. It's going to take me a while to get this off, so I'm going to get it off as best I can right now, and then I'll go back later and finish it up. All right, it's going to stick. Let me get that out of the way. It's going to stick to my table. There we go. All right. So we're going to stick that down. What I'm going to do, because I don't have time to really work at that, I'm going to just take my embossing buddy and go over, and that will remove that stickiness. There we go. Let's get back in focus. Whoops, here. Then I have a piece of Very Vanilla that's going to go on the inside. Now you're going to take this piece we got left over. You have a couple options. You can stick it directly down and it decorates your inside, or you could take your liquid glue and run a bead across the bottom and up the side and put that at the bottom, and you have a little pocket now that you could put a gift card in there if you want to gift Dad with a gift card. All right, I have a little bit excess. We'll just cut that down like so. Now this can go on the inside. Just like that. So now we have a little pocket if you wanted to put in a gift card. For the front, I took the banners. It's the Styling Shapes die, and I took the banner and I used my leftover pieces from the front and die cut this sweet little banner. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see better. And then I just cut it in half. I'm going to take the Stylish Shapes dies, and I did a circle, and I did the pecan pie, and we're going to do the Happy Father's Day in the circle. All right. And we're going to mount that on there like that. We're going to take our halves of our banners here, and we're just going to place that, the two halves, on the front. Line that up so it doesn't look like it was cut. I'm going to take some dimensionals, put those on my circle, pop that up. Like I said, if you don't need a Father's Day, you can make these a birthday card as well. Put that like that. Then I have some of those brushed brass, I think they're called. And let's see, where's my, grab my pick tool here. And I use the kind of bronze, I guess. You could put these wherever you like. This is just how I did it. Now the other stamp in this set is So Glad That You're My Dad. You can go ahead and stamp that on the inside like so. And then remember, this is a pocket, or it doesn't have to be a pocket. So that's card number one. It's your flip up, flip out. All right, now we're going to go to the next strip. So the second strip is going to be a flip up, flip out card as well, but we're going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to bring it in at 4 1/4 by 11 and score that. And then we're going to come in at 2 3/4 inches and score that. And then at 8 1/4 and score that. And then we'll come in with our cutting blade and we'll cut down to 4 1/4. And then we'll bring this back over at 2 3/4 and cut that down to 4 1/4. And then turn it back to 4 1/4. And cut those two pieces out. There we go. All right. So now we're going to fold these in just like we did on the vertical. Now we're doing the horizontal flip up, flip out. So I'm going to match those up like so. And then you fold your top down. And this one has just a little lip, so I'm going to get rid of that. Keep it folded, and I'm just going to trim off that little strip off the bottom. And now I have perfect, nice, straight edge. All right, so now we're bringing in our second 4 by 12 strip. And we're going to cut this at 5 1/4. And that's going to go on our front. That's why I said make sure your paper can go in any direction. And then we need 2 1/2 by 4. And 2 1/2 by 4. And then you have this piece right here. Now you can put that inside like we did before along the edge. Here's our inside piece. You could make it a pocket. Your gift card slides in here if you wanted to make a gift card. Otherwise, what I did on my sample was I brought it in and I cut it in half again and have two little strips, and that decorated it that way for my inside. So choice is yours. Let's make sure I attach these the right way this time. So we're gonna place these on the inside. There's gonna go on our inside flaps right here, like so. We'll do our inside piece here. You could put one side and flip it to the other if you like doing it like that, but I like them the same. So we're going to put that in there. Like that. Okay, this is going to go on the inside. Like so. All right, and then our flip up. Aren't these fun? I find that guys tend to really like the fun fold cards because they like the interaction. So again, I die cut from my extra side pieces the banner from the Stylish Shapes. So this time we're going, you can put it right to the end if you want, but I wouldn't do that with my banner. So I kind of just put it in the middle, line that up. Oops, wrong way. That would be, well, I guess it would be all right if one end had the banner and the other end was straight. That looks pretty straight to me. This time I went with squares. So on this one, we're going to do the So Glad You're My Dad. And now we're going to attach that to the square. And now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. And we're going to put that on our card front. Like so. Excuse my head there. Alright. Now we'll put some of these brass dots on our card front. And then I'll just put a little one right here. So there you go. Card number 2. Flip up, flip out. Just like that. Alright, card number 3. We're going to have a 8.5 by 11. We're going to cut that at 4 1/4. Save that for another card. We're going to score this at 2 1/8 and then at 5 1/2. Now we're going to turn it, line that up at 2 1/8 and either use a pencil or I'm going to just poke a hole with my paper piercer at 2 1/8. And now you're going to place it in your trimmer, and from the score line to your pencil mark or your poke, you're going to cut that on the angle. And we're going to do that to the other side. Line up your score line in the track with the top. And fold. And then fold. Crease that down. Use your bone folder. And now we got to pull out here. So now we're going to come in with our last strip of our Designer Series paper. And we're going to cut this at 5 1/4, and that's going to go inside. And the next one, we're going to cut that at 3 inches, 3 inches, and we have this little piece here. So that's all our cutting. We're going to attach this to the inside of our card. Like so. Now we're going to take this little piece and we're going to attach that inside right to the left hand side here, just like that. And then we're going to take one of our other pieces and that's going to go on the side here. Okay, and now in the front, we're going to take the other piece and put that right there underneath that angled cut. Just like that. Okay, now I have a boho blue piece that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. We're going to measure up, but we only want to attach our adhesive along the side here. Place your square on the diagonal, point to the side, and then I have a piece of Very Vanilla, if I can find it. And this is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And we're going to stamp our sentiment with the pecan pie ink. And this we're going to put Happy Father's Day. Whoops, excuse my head. And then we have another piece, same size, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And this is going to go on the inside. So we're going to Happy Father's Day. And then we're going to put So Glad That You're My Dad. We're going to attach this piece to the front, center it. And now for the inside piece, you're going to flip it over, match it up. Make sure I got that going the right direction. Place it in there. Put your adhesive on the back. Like so. And then close, put it right where you want it. The point should be point to point on the edge. Close it up. And now you have perfect placement of your inside piece. Then I took the Gone Fishing bundle and I stamped a couple fishing lures with the pecan and the boho blue ink, and then used the coordinating dies to die cut them out. And we're just going to pop those up with a couple little dimensionals. Super cute. Pop that right up there. Looks good. Do the same with this one. Put a couple dimensionals. Stick that on there. Then we're going to come in with some of those brushed brass dots. Put one on each of our fishing lures. And then we'll put another one. That looks good. Okay. There. All right. So there you have it. Those are your 3 fun folds from one 12 by 12 sheet
of that Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper. Now, if you need any of the supplies, click under Show More under the video, and I will have the list of all the supplies that I use to make these fun fold cards. If you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell in the upper right hand corner so you know when I go live. That is it for today. With a minimum $40 order before shipping and tax, and you use my host code, I will send you that mono adhesive glue holder. That is for the month of June. That is it for today. Thanks for stopping by.